This is my father, Gary Walter Saxon. Say my name.
Is it videotaping? Is this red on here?
Yes.
All right, now listen. We're going to read our little eulogies.
And this is Robbie. This is Tyler.
Introduced to the camera.
And this is my Aunt Yoli. Hello. This is Gabby, my cousin. Here's Cashew.
Cash, look.
Here's my sister Athena. Here's my sister Athena. And then here's my buddy King. He's right now looking at the water though. And then here's Todd taking a picture again. Here's Mommy. This is my mom. Yeah, this is my mom over here. My mom.
Take a picture with me eating an egg.
Here's my cousin Eric. Kimmy, this is my sister Kimmy.
Okay, everybody circle
this
around.
This is Greg. This is Devani. And this is Christian, the weirdo. Okay, this is Donna.
We're gonna get ready to start.
Can I get some help here?
This is Daddy Gain.
Let's scatter some chairs around.
Okay, this is Fernando, him right here. Yes, this guy. And
I just found out these things.
This is my cousin Anthony, and this is Claudia. And then here's Bob Gomes right here. Again.
Everybody's like, ah.
And here's Mike. Hi.
Hi.
And then this is Steve.
Hi.
Donna's husband.
Here, we can do it.
And this is Devlin.
Hello, sweetheart.
And this is Uncle Ty.
Gee, I haven't had my picture taken in quite a while.
And this is Devani again.
Everybody kept us.
This is Tyler.
Do you have something to, do you have like a poem or speech or something?
No, Athena does. Yeah, okay, and this is him. And this is him. Scaredy cat.
But Krista's
He's a scaredy cat. True thing. Oh, and this is me. I'm videotaping everything. Thank you very much. Oh, Teresa, hello. It's so glad I ran into you. I mean, yeah.
And I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott. I mean, I ran into her, and yeah. I mean, this is Ying, and that's what's your name again? Robert. Okay, sorry, Robert, and this is Robert. He's a very close friend of mine.
If I can have everybody's attention. If I can have everybody's attention.
My dad wants our attention.
Reading about his aunt, and we're all going to read a little bit of something here.
Everyone?
Well, anybody that wants to can say something.
going to read stuff from the Bible.
Okay. All right, Chris is going to start reading from the Bible.
You what?
So, all right.
Here's our beautiful flows.
Okay.
First, I want to start out with saying
The most comfortable thing in the world.
Here's Greg.
Alright, so first I'm going to start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 3 to verse 8. There is a time
I'm gonna tape it.
and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. And a time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. And these are all situations throughout life. And God will comfort us in all these situations, as in examples with Matthew 5, 3 through 10. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for there is a kingdom of heaven. So now God shows us how He will help us in these situations, and explains this a little bit more in John 16, verses 20 through 22. I tell you the truth, you will weep and mourn while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when her baby is born, she forgets the end because of her joy that a child is born into the world. So with you, now is your time of grief. But I will see you again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take it away from no one will take away your joy. So now, for a nice closer, I'm going to be reading from Revelation 21, verse 21, 4 through 5, or 4 to 5. And He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, no more mourning, or crying, or pain. For the old order of things has passed away. Thank you.
That's very nice.
I'm reading a poem that I wrote. It's called Remember. Remember that time when the flowers shined, the moon went down and the sun came up. The birds sang such a beautiful song. You were happy and filled with joy. Remember that time? Give her a round of applause. Here's Tyler.
I'm going to read a couple Bible verses. The first one is Psalms chapter 23, verse 1 through 6. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And I'm also going to read Isaiah chapter 33, verse 2. O Lord, be gracious to us. We long for you. Be our strength every morning and our salvation every time of distress. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Boy, those are tough acts to follow.
I'm telling you. Wow. Give it a go, though.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I just wrote some thoughts that I had, and I just read them because I'm never good at
Here's my dad.
They say that when
reading
someone
something.
passes, all that you are left with is the essence of a person. This is true. Now that my mother has passed on, I find myself thinking of her often and reflecting on her attitude towards life and the way she handled herself. My mother had Spartan values and really lived a frugal life, getting the most out of life without ever going to excess. She was always there to support anyone in the family that needed help. At just 5'2", Gail Saxon stood tall and strong. Those that knew her respected her for her intellect and her wisdom. She was always willing to take on new challenges and had a very open view of the world and her place in it. Most people that have reached the age of my mother usually accept that their life is all but over. Not Gail. She took an active role in the lives of her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. She took care of 2 dogs, 3 cats, and my business. That's right, at the age of 87, my mother took an active role in the Record Man and single-handedly listed over 10,000 items on the internet, thereby literally saving the business. Even in her 80s, she was interested in advances in technology and took a keen interest in computers and the internet. I remember back in the early 1950s, she was looking for a new career. She went back to school and learned skills as an executive assistant. She got a job at National Motor Bearing in Redwood City. After a few years of switching employment, she found herself at the end of the decade as the executive assistant to William R. Hewlett and David Packard. Yes, the presidents and founders of Hewlett-Packard hired my mom to be their secretary. They knew that she was a quality human being. Anyone that ever met her knew that she was a quality human being. I loved my mother and told her so many times. It is true what they say. Tell those that you love that you do love them. It may be the last time that you see them. That's the way it was. She was here and gone. We had just had a great Easter family gathering, a great birthday and Mother's Day, and then she was gone. The light went out. I was going through some of her things, and there was her new driver's license with a note on it in her handwriting. Good for 5 years. She was 89 years old, and she aced her driving test, almost blind in one eye, and got a 5-year renewal. She didn't let any moss go under her feet. I miss my mom, but her character, her essence, will be with me.
Good speech.
What about tough acts to follow? Amen.
I'd like to thank all the members of the Academy. See him here somewhere. All right. Today I say goodbye to my mom. And I'll try to do it in a way that she would appreciate. I figure this is between me and her. Hope you enjoy it and are not offended. Would you like me to tell you about my mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might as well say yes. I'm going to do it anyway. Besides, I can say it all in one word. Sense of humor. Oh, okay, that's not one word. It sure describes it. How about this one word? Giving. Or, well, caring. Or maybe sharing. How about loving? Or fun-loving? I know that's 2 words too, but it's another good one. Thrifty sure hits the mark. Intelligent. Bright. Sharp. Is good-looking one word, you know, with a hyphen in the middle? Because that one sure applies too. Check out some of the pictures in there on the bed. She was hot. One word to describe my mom. She was daughter, sister, wife, mom, aunt, grandma, Gigi, and she was a good friend. Persistent, honorable, high class. Damn, and there it is again, another two-word one. We're just going to have to say that one word isn't enough.
Sorry for the bad word.
I won't be so bold as to say there aren't enough words to describe her. I just can't think of them all. Positive thinking, positive attitude. She loved to dance. She loved the guys, but enjoyed living alone. Bonsai. Efficient and self-sufficient. We built this cottage for her. She must have told us 1,000,000 times how great it was. But it was really her that made it great. her attitude. Okay, not a million, but more like 1,000. Hundreds? Okay, I really don't know how many times, but she sure appreciated it. And with this, like many other things, she always made sure to show her appreciation for that which others did. Proper etiquette, proper clothes. Happy, witty, sarcastic, but only in the most positive way. Sarcastic humor that worked. Good outlook on life. Helpful. Brave. She faced hardships with a head-on attitude. She was no wimp. I cut my hair, shaved, and all that stuff to say goodbye to her today. I thought about wearing a pair of shorts and a chartreuse shirt here today, just for the laugh. She would have loved that. However, I don't own anything like that, and she liked it better when I looked good. But I'm still trying to come up with something really crazy.
Uh-oh, how low are we going?
To do, because we can all use a good laugh. She loved to laugh. Anyone got any ideas on something crazy we could do?
Take off your pants.
I thought about, I was going to do that. I was going to have my Levi's underneath there too, but it's just a little too warm for that. Where was it? The Fokker DR-1 airplane was one of the most famous planes in operation when my mom was born in April of 1918. I built and have been flying a quarter-scale Fokker DR-1 for 23 years. Mom saw that Fokker fly several times. We talked about it and agreed that I would climb that Fokker as high as I could and drop her ashes from above. That Fokker flies pretty good, and I can tell you, I'll be glad to have that Fokker do this for her as soon as I can. And finally, I see that there are not a lot of people here today, and to that I say that it's not how many people remember her that matters, but simply how many people remember her. I will remember her as one high-class lady. Amen. And she sent me a gift. She sent me a gift this morning.
She did?
She did.
What did she send?
On the way out, and it's because I went back to get dressed up. If I'd stayed here in my Levi's, I wouldn't have received this gift. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
I walked out of the hotel room and I saw this thing on the ground, the Bible Way to Heaven. And I reached down to pick it up, and as I picked it up, I saw another piece of paper over there. $20 bill. I walked over to pick it up, and as I picked that up, I saw another piece of paper. Another $20 bill. As I saw that, I went over to pick up another piece of paper. $100 bill. I never in my life. Thanks, Mom. I can use it.
Thank you. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grandma was here.
Good. Woo. Whoa.
I thank you all for coming.
Very nice.
This is Teresa. She's gonna kindly make a speech now.
Not only hard to follow, but impossible to follow. Gail was my best friend. She was always there for me. She came over to Hawaii to help me take care of the boys, and she did a beautiful job of it. When Scott was in the Middle East, she emailed me every day, and sometimes we had like 20 emails back and forth between the three of us. Back in the 80s, we saw a psychic a couple of times, and the last time he told her that in her next life she was going to be an engineer in the desert, making the desert habitable for people. And afterwards she said, "Gee, that's interesting. I wanted to be an engineer when I was a child." But in those days, women didn't get to be engineers. So I like to think of her as resting up to get to be an engineer next time.
Very good. Is anybody else?
Yeah, I had probably a longer relationship with her than any of the rest of you people here because she was 7 years old when I was born. She was my sister, and if you didn't know. And I think back to our childhood. And she had the unfortunate situation to, one, have a 7-year-old a younger brother 7 years younger than she. Our mother was divorced. Our mother worked nights as a social hostess. Guess what Gail had to do with her little brother? She was a permanent babysitter. And I think back about that time because she was in her teens and dating and so forth. And boys had to come over to the house and sit there with her on the couch and talk while I was messing around doing something. One time, I don't know where she was, but I got down behind the couch. And I laid there. And her boyfriend came. And they were talking for a while. Then they weren't talking. And so I popped up and, hi, guess what? Well, they were doing what kids did like that in those days, and that was hugging and kissing. But she was upset. She told Mother what I had done. And I told Mother what they were doing. And that's the way it went with us so many times. But one time I got kicked out of grade school. I was in 6th grade, and I don't remember what I did.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I was out. And Gail took me to a closer grade school and got me enrolled in there. And I don't think either of us ever told our mother that. There were times when we were pretty close. But yeah, over the years, Gail and I have been together at times and apart a lot of the time. But always fond memories, and she was a good friend of mine.
It was really great that Donna had that Easter gathering that you two had a chance to see each other again.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking at that.
That was great.
That's gone past. And then, of course, as soon as I was driving home, I think, gee, I should have asked her that, you know. But, yeah.
Well, it's too late now. She's enrolled in engineering college. Well, I guess everybody can just get back to their communicating and eating, and thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful gathering.
Gary.
It has, thank you.
Gary, wait a minute. Did you tell the story about the dog?
No, Gabby, can you tell the story about the dog?
She's too shy.
Well, then you can tell, because you know the story better than I.
I don't know.
Yeah, she'll do it. She'll do it.
Okay.
Come over here.
It's only us.
I never met Gail before. You guys.
Start over.
It was when my aunt and Gary first got together. I never met Gail ever in my life, but she knew of me, and I was 4 years old. And it was a gathering at Lark when they used to live over there. Excuse me. And she handed this to me, and she said, I made it for you. And it has white hair, black hair, looked like me. And I've had it for almost 15 years now. And just wanted to come in and show that she had a, piece in my heart as well. So I wanted to show something.
Thank you, Gabby.
Gabby, can I see that?
Kim, didn't you just have some recent experiences with Mom?
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna start crying if I start talking. So.
That's okay.
Well, Kim had reconnected with Grandma after a long period of time, and that was the way it was with Grandma. She was an individual. Boy, she might not see you for 5 or 10 years, and then here we go again, And I know that Kim and Grandma had reconnected, and it meant a lot to Kim. They were emailing back and forth a lot. And after
too.
Grandma was gone, Kim kept emailing Grandma. And saying, well, I know you're not there, but I'm going to email you anyway. And then Scott read one of them and answered her back. And so that must have been...
That wasn't me.
Oh,
I thought that was you.
Oh, no, it wasn't me. I could have sworn that was you. Well, somebody answered her
Maybe
back.
Mom answered.
I answered back. I knew you'd answer. I knew you'd answer.
Well, even after Easter, Tyler and Aunt Gail became good email buddies, and they were just emailing back and forth. And okay, well, send me a picture of this, and oh, you're starting this, and okay, well, send it to me. And they were just, he printed out all the emails and put them in a binder together. But they were email buddies, and then Rob, of course,
I was going to say,
Yeah,
Rob, I'm
Rob.
sure he's going to miss the communication because she always wrote to him.
Yeah.
And back and forth.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him. Dad, I guess, sent him a letter, and I did too. We haven't heard back.
It takes a while, huh?
Yeah, it takes a while to get to him, but I know he will miss it.
Yeah.
You know, the honest truth about Grandma was that she always had a lot of opinions, but she wasn't full of a lot of judgments. And one thing I appreciate about my grandma is that she used to relate to me all the time about herself as a young single mother and the stuff that she used to do and that she used to go through. And she used to do that in support and hopes that basically I wouldn't beat up so hard on myself. And she was very intuitive, very sensitive that way. She was very supportive of everybody. And she loved us all very much.
I think she was stronger than a lot of us realized. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I was thinking to myself that when she died, I cried a little bit, like we all did, but I found myself looking and thinking, I'm really not grieving and I'm not crying much, and I don't understand because I cry all the time watching TV shows. I'm a big softie. I mean, I'm always crying watching something touching on TV, and I wasn't crying. Then I thought, gee, I can't remember seeing my mom cry.
Grandma didn't cry.
And then I started thinking about it and going, I can only remember seeing her cry once in her life. And so I guess she had that, her own strength, that she didn't toot her horn or anything, but there's more that makes up my character that I inherited from her than I ever appreciated or understood or knew about. And of course it's all, in retrospect, right? Monday morning quarterbacking, but now you're thinking, wow, okay, that I should have done that, but that's why I'm like that. And I don't know, now that she's gone, I find myself going through a lot of new thought processes that I hadn't gone through before, and it's good. And I think she's probably smiling at me. That's a good way to keep it up. And also, if everybody would sign the register on their computer, keep it clean. Okay? Because we're going to email it to everybody, And so everybody can, and then also, I don't know if anybody knows, but on the computer in there, she had over 1,000 pictures she had taken the last few years of her life. And those are flashing on the screen. I don't know if anybody's walked in and looked at those.
I have. I have.
I'll say a couple of words about your mom.
Okay.
Because I met her a long time ago. I've known Gary since '64. I met his brother first. We were in the Sea Scouts together.
Who's his brother?
He's the black sheep of the family.
Oh.
Not everybody knows about him.
Yeah, keep it down.
But I was just trying to think of a couple of things to say, and I remember many years ago we saw a show on TV about bluegrass, and people had gone through the mountains. I think it was in the Appalachian Mountains, and they were all of the authentic home family style bluegrass. And many times I've asked people, did you ever see the show? Did you see? Asked all these people, nobody ever saw that show except Gail. And she said, I saw that show and it was great. Just gives you an idea how varied her interests were. And then last time I saw her, I called her Rowene, which not everybody here knows that, but that's her middle name. And she stood back, wow, you remembered that? What a memory. It's a really neat name, Rowene, because it comes from the Ivanhoe. To me, I remember it was a character in Ivanhoe. So she was a super neat lady, and she had a lot of class. She was a real lady of the old school. She was courteous, respectful of others, and cared about humanity. So I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents.
Thank you. Yeah, we're not going to have her to kick around anymore.
Who can we use now? Ty's the oldest.
Ty.
Brother, yeah, seniority.
Start picking on
He
Ty
gets
now.
busy with the girls and he
Yeah.
gets the kick around.
Well, the trouble with Ty is he lives too far away now. You know?
There's email.
Yeah.
I was halfway around the world
Email.
talking to Mom on a daily basis.
Isn't that
Daily
incredible?
basis. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the explosion of information
Yeah.
and everything we're experiencing now.
Yep, so kick him around.
Claudia,
There are a lot of people
Fernando,
that
Mike,
are reading an
Bob
article about
Gomes,
their,
Uncle Scott,
getting out
Cousin
of
Eric,
bankruptcy in
Teresa,
email.
Aunt Teresa.
They are typically celebrities who get 150 more
Daddy.
a day, and they just can't answer.
Yeah. You can put a spam filter on there or something, you know, I mean, that's what we have at work.
Christian.
Ours is called spam arrest. And no one get in unless you
Greg,
okay them, you
Athena,
know.
Kimmy,
And when we first got that, because we were
Donna,
getting like every day,
Steve,
hundreds every day. It's like you're overwhelmed.
Devlin,
It'd take you 2 hours
Devani,
just to go through the email to
or
find
Donnie
anything that's
Devlin.
worth looking at. You know, it's just all garbage. So
And
the
then
spam arrest or the filters are really good. So, yeah.
Is that software you buy?
Yeah, you can download it for free. Well, actually not free. No, I take that back. No, we pay for that. There's probably free ones. You'd ask Eric and Todd, they probably know.
Most email programs have spam filters on them. You can
Yeah.
Spam filters.
Sam's
Sam's
filters.
filters. Sam's filters.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to say.
3 times fast.
3 times fast. 3 times fast.
Sometimes I work too, although like Robbie's last few emails have been going into my garbage.
Yeah, and you gotta add everybody's email.
Not realizing it. And he's like, did you get my emails? I'm like, no. I found them there in the junk mail.
What if you work from
Anthony's the big tall one. Anthony's the big tall one. The Scots. Devlin. Donna. Steve. Devani. Uncle Ty. The oldest man, strongest man in the family. Not strong, maybe. Kinda wimpy. And then Claudia, Anthony's girl. Claudia, Anthony's girlfriend. Anthony. Here's Fernando and Mike. They work for us. Bob comes.
One said he went to a convention where
And this is
Packer
Ying.
spoke.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, honey. How are you doing?
Good.
Are
He's
you
drinking
videotape? I
orange.
just put some ice in my Gatorade here.
Okay. Here is Donna.
Yeah, sit in the food table.
Here's
Hit the
Eric.
trowel.
Here's Todd. They're brothers. Of course, you can see they point. And then here's the back of their head. That is Teresa's the girl. Scott's the boy, and that's Uncle Todd. No, that's not. That's Todd. That's Cousin Todd. Uncle Todd. Cousin Todd. Uncle Todd. Cousin Eric. Where'd he go? Oh. This is Cousin Eric. Uncle Todd. Cousin Todd. Okay.
Yeah, I saw your
This is King right here. The King. I love King. That's our doggy. Anthony.
What's up?
Anthony. Gabby.
She's been running that all afternoon.
Mommy. Hi,
Finger in the way.
Hi.
And then this is Gabby.
Your finger's in the way.
And then here's Yola.
That thing that you're stepping on that's my foot. that thing that kind of a
Yeah, that's her foot. See? That's her foot in the back, and that's her front foot. Here's Christian running away from the camera. And here's Tyler. Here's Tyler blocking, shielding. Stop.
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy
Hey, Thina, how you
Fuzzy
doing?
Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Ugly
Fuzzy
face.
was
That way. Oh, okay. Here we go. Serious look. What are you talking about? Oh, you got. Looks like you have like
green dogs with greasy grimy
it's electricity or something. That's cool.
meat, marinated monkey meat, French fried eyeballs.
This is my twin
sitting in a pool of
sister.
blood, waiting for my favorite spoon.
And that's my oldest sister.
Yeah, try that one.
This is Ray. Her.
You should become a filmmaker. You want to be the next Steven Spielberg?
One pepper pepper.
You should become a filmmaker.
Oh.
Make movies.
One more.
Names are the crazy people.
Pick up peppers. I'm gonna pick up peppers.
Crazy dorks. This is Rob. Crazy dorks.
Be quiet.
Robbie is my stuffed animal's name. Yeah. Hi, Scott.
Hi, it's me, Scott.
Scary, isn't he?
Look who's talking.
And then here's Donna's husband, Steve.
Hey.
Which is Christian and Tyler's
Did you lock it again?
daughter.
Daughter?
I mean father. And then here's Devlin and Devani. Ooh, look at these pictures she has.
My mom.
And that's your mom.
Auntie Donna. And Rob. And Grandma Ray. Yeah, Grandma
Where's Grandma
Ray.
Oh.
And Dawn.
Yeah, that's awful.
Dawn looks good. And then to remember my dearest grandma by the way she died, she did not suffer. But she went in for eye surgery. She's going blind in one eye. She got her driver's license and she just got her driver's license and it's ready for 5 years. She's going blind in one eye, either eye. Her heart went off beat. It went boom, 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 boom. Like something like that. So they finished the eye surgery. Went into a heart person. Did compression on her like this. And if she would have survived, she would have been very damaged and still would have been in the hospital. Looks like the eye surgery was no use. And so, and she was at Stanford Hospital, so we know they did their best. No other hospital would have been the best. Kaiser would not have done it. Sequoia would have been the second to good. It would be either Sequoia or Stanford, but they picked Stanford. So we know Stanford did their best to help my grandma. I love my grandma. My grandma meant a lot to me. I loved her. She loved me. She taught me how to knit. And before she died, she taught me how to purl. She purled one stitch for me on my
No, I left it in mine.
my scarf that I was working on. And I accidentally did. So she did a whole line of pearls. So it'd be knit 8 and purl 1. So, yeah. And she made great brownies. But Eric stole them all. He gobbled them up in 2 days. So I only have the mixture now. And yeah. Here's Rowene Gail Saxon, my grandmother, getting wed. She was beautiful, huh? Let me show you the face. Oh, sorry, I'm filming this. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that crown. Doesn't it look like a crown right here? Then she had flowers, and she's closing her eyes right there. See? And go down. Her lovely dress. It's long. And see this blanket? She actually knit. She was a great knitter. And then here's another one. There's another picture when she was married. It's a man she married. Her dress, was so long, I guess. Let's focus on Grandma now. And here's one more picture of Grandma being wed. looks like she's in the same place being wed. See?
Come on, guys. What do you call a deer with no legs? Okay, come on.
And see all these 3 pictures? Oops. She was married 3 times. 3 times. Aww, let's look back some more. Aww, here's Grandma Gail when she was a young little girl. Wasn't she adorable? This is what she looked like. And there's one of my favorite pictures of Grandma Gail. See, look at her. She's a lovely poser, isn't she? Let's flip the page. So some more pictures of Grandma Gail or somebody else, but I think these are all Grandma Gail's. Ray, Tyler, and Gail. Tyler. I think this is Ray, right there, and Gail, my grandmother. And they're reading a book. Gail and Bob. I think that's Gail, Gail and Bob. See that? And brother and sister. See, these are the brothers and sisters. Brother and sister. I'm not sure who that she is. I think that's Ray. I think that is Ray, and that's Grandma. And let's hurry up and take these. I'm running out. This wait, there. In this picture, there's Clara Barnes, Tyler, my grandmother, her grandmother Frank Stewart Tyler, her son Gail Tyler, his daughter gentleman on the right, maybe Frank's uncle, about I look about 1923 maybe. That's what she thought. So. Here's everybody. So this would be her, right? Sorry. Where's my finger? Oh. This would be her right there. That looks like a dog maybe. But it isn't. And those are there. And that's her grandmother. Right there. And that's Frank, I guess. Or that's Frank. Oh, look who's this. Guess who's that? Guess who's that? Let's see. Oh, there's more pictures. Let's see who it is.
Yeah, not talk like that now.
It is 1926. This is Robert Stewart Tyler. This is Robert Stewart Tyler there. And I think this is also Robert Stewart Tyler there also, I guess. Robert Stewart Tyler, 1920. Todd, I'm trying to take a video. Would you mind? Sheesh.
Just background animals.
And then here's Ray. What I said before with Stuart. And this is same car, 1929 to 1930. This is Rowene. See, it says here. Rowene Tyler in her brand new car, 1929. That was Rowene Tyler, my grandmother. Let's look at the picture. Oh, she looks hot. Spicy, doesn't she? Man, whew. I'd love to go around with her. Gail Tyler, same person, just different maiden names. Here she is again with her short hair. And this says, this person is, where did it go? Oh, it says, Aunt Donna, Andy Hood, and Donna Simpson, Parkis Sean Sean. Sorry, I'm not very good. I think it says Idana or something, but isn't she beautiful? Sorry. Then this is Jack. That is Wilsey. This is Wilsey something.
Talk about bittersweet. Where's the box of wine?
And this is Gail Tyler. Posey. Isn't she lovely? And here's a colored picture of her. Gail Tyler and Ellsworth Taylor.
Robbie's got a lot of personality.
Men picture, 1938.
He wants to be an actor?
And this is, I guess, Gail. Oh, she is a lovely poser, isn't she? Whoa, lovely pictures.
You know, I went to some interview or something, and then
This is Maureen Tyler. I bet you that's her grandmother or mother.
I'm dragging you by the hair. So then
This is Robert Tyler.
he wants to leave. Then the guy gets up there and talks about
This is Robert Tyler.
He wants to stay. So then we're trapped in this line. He wants to leave.
Keep your eye on the picture. That is Ty and Marion
So
Tyler.
when they ask you whatever you need to explain what's going on. So first of all, they wanted 100 words
Ty,
or
Marion
less why
Tyler.
they should work with you. You know, if you want to act or do commercials or whatever. And
Whole family. Theodore Muller and Rowene Gail
chance on that show, Zach and Cody.
Muller.
So,
Hermione Trice and Jan Tyler attended our wedding picture on December 24th, 1946.
Let him take off his coat.
Okay.
When I get you home.
Good night, neighbor Paige.
We could go to Africa. I don't care. We could go to LA.
I don't know what's so special about this. But it must be special since it's in the book of it.
This is for a school too.
I'm not sure what that newspaper is about. And this is some other guy in the Navy, probably.
What I said to him is they want
Okay, and that's everybody.
summer classes to start the class.
That's everybody. Eric, I need you to let me see the video. I want to see the video.
Okay.
Quickly, it's out of battery.
Why don't we?